Hello and welcome to Sarah's Stampin' Retreat. Today I wanted to create a whole load of Christmas tags using a gorgeous new collaboration between Spellbinders and Lisa Horton. So we're going to be creating 10 Christmas tags, and some of those will use BETTERPRESS machine, some of those will use the Glimmer machine, some of them you'll only need a die cutting machine for, so hopefully there'll be something in there for everyone. And there's some really pretty stuff in there, so keep an eye out. So let's go through the BETTERPRESS plates first. We'll do this really quickly. We've got these holiday background panels. You can see those like that. They're smaller BETTERPRESS plates. They're perfect for panels on your cards or for tags, that kind of thing. Then we've got this festive circle sentiments. So you have the 6 sentiments, you also have the die to cut those out, and obviously you could make a shaker with this die as well because it cuts out the edge as well. And then you've got these 3 dies too, so that one's really cute. And then you've got this smaller set that's called Essential Tag Accessories. So you've got these little bits that are designed to decorate tags, and then you've got these bits that can cut those pieces out. So then I'll show you the die sets. So this one's going to be the one that we use for the base of our dies. Obviously really cute with lots of different size tags. So you can either create different size tags or you can layer them up. And then you've got all the kind of accessories to go with that as well. Then I think this next one is my favourite of the ones to show you today because it's got this really cute little Christmas tree on it that you can use multiple of on a card, or it's perfect size for tags as well. And then these gorgeous layering dies. So we're not going to use these today because they're too big for our tags, but they layer up so nicely on a card. And you can just use all of those layers with the Christmas tree in the middle to create a kind of layered card, and then you only need the one Christmas tree to kind of make the focus point. And then I've also got these really cute little baubles. So you've got kind of normal bauble, and then you can also make kind of a Christmas pudding bauble. So those are really cute as well. So let's get on and make some tags. So I'm going to start with a pretty simple foil tag. So I'm going to use this plate from the holiday background panels with this kind of dusky pink cardstock. I think that'll look nice with this rose gold foil for a kind of tone on tone look. So I'm going to cut a piece to cover that. So then I'm going to tape this on with some of my Festive craft tape. And then I'm also going to use this Do Not Open Until 25th plate, and that's from this one. And I'm going to hot foil that in the same foil but onto a lighter pink cardstock. And they're quite small, so I can do them at the same time. So then my Glimmer machine's heated up, so I can put them on here with the plate side down. I'm going to pop on my timer. When that stops flashing, then I can put them through my die cutting machine. So now I can pop this through my die cutting machine, and you just put them through with the 2 plates that come with it. You don't need the plates from your die cutting machine. And then let's see what we've got. So look how pretty that looks. And then we can peel off the foil on this as well. We've got that really gorgeous kind of tone on tone. So then I'm going to use the largest of the tag dies to cut this out. And then I'll use this one, which is 2 sizes down from this, to cut out the Do Not Open Until 25th. So I'll die cut those. So then we've got our 2 gorgeous pieces. I'm just going to temporarily tape those together a second. And then I'm going to add on this to cut the hole at the top of the tag. You have got this one as well, so you can cut a piece to go round it. We're not going to use that on this tag. So I'm going to cut that through like that. So then I'm just going to pop this up on some foam pads. And then I've got some nice pink ribbon. And the way I like to do my ribbon is to fold it over, put the folded end through the hole, and then thread these ends through the loop. So then it goes like this, and you get that nice end to it. So then that's the first one done. So then for the second one, I'm going to use my BETTERPRESS, but I'm going to use it for some plain heat embossing. I'm not going to use special cardstock. I'm not going to use BETTERPRESS inks. I'm just going to use it for heat embossing. So I want to do this ho ho ho, And then I also want to use this snowy plate. So the Ho 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 is from the Essential Tag Accessories, and the snowy plate is from the Holiday Background Panels. So then I'm going to add these on like this so that I know they're going to cover the right pieces. And then I'm going to add a bit of rolled up tape to the back of each. And then I can add on my BETTERPRESS plate, I can press that down, and that will pick up the piece of cardstock in the right place. So then I can grab my embossing ink and I can just ink up those plates. And then I'm just going to pop that through my die cutting machine. So now you can see that that embossing ink has transferred. So then I'm going to just pour over some white embossing powder. And then let's heat set those. So then I'm going to use that smallest die to cut out the Ho Ho Ho, and the largest one to cut out this white snowy background. So then I've cut the hole in the bottom one this time. I'm going to use that same pink ribbon again. So I'm going to put this through first because the Ho 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 is going to just cover a little bit of the hole. So then I'm going to pop that up on some foam pads. And then we've got a different look using our embossing powders. So for this next one, we're just going to do die cutting. We're not going to use any of the other machines. So I've cut all the pieces for the cute little tree. So let me show you how that layers up. So we've got 3 pieces to the tree. We've got the base piece, then we've got this piece that layers on. And then this piece that layers on again. So that looks really cute. And then I've chosen to use these pieces to decorate this one. So I've cut these in gold. So you can use these, or there's some kind of like snowy bits, which I'll show you later, that you can put on instead. So you just kind of find the place where that goes across nicely. Then I'm going to pop the little star on the top. And then I've cut these little baubles in pink, so I'll add them on as well. And then we've got this piece to be the base of the tree as well. But I think I'll just glue that directly to the tag. So I've cut these pieces, so this pink one's the largest tag, then I've got gold for the second largest, and then pink again for the third. So I'll glue those together. And then I'll just cut the hole for the top of that. And just a little tip for this, obviously this die is not supposed to go through 3 layers of cardstock. So the best thing I think to do is to put it through this way, and then it will make a mark on the back. So then you can line this up with the mark and put it through the other way and cut it from the back, and then it'll go all the way through. So then I'm going to add on my ribbon. And then I'm going to pop my Christmas tree up on some foam pads. And then I'm going to glue on the little kind of trunk piece. Then that's really sweet. So then for this next one, I've used this gorgeous champagne foil, and I've foiled this little bow from the Essential Tag Accessories onto pink. And I've foiled the snowflakes from the Holiday Background Panels onto the blue. So I've cut the hole in the blue. I'm going to pop this little gold piece, which is that bit that goes around the hole that I showed you earlier, that comes in the tag set, onto there. And I mean, quite honestly, you could just use that as a tag. That's so pretty as it is. But we're going to add on these pieces. So this one I've cut using the largest tag, and then the 2 down from that to create a frame. I'm going to add some foam strips behind there. And if you don't have a hot foil in the machine, then obviously you could use some pattern paper in the background like this. And you could use an embellishment or something you have in your stash instead of the bow. So I think if you don't have the BETTERPRESS or the foiling machine, then you can always kind of switch and change the elements for things that you do have. Now I'm just going to pop some of these behind the bow as well. And then maybe I'll use this gold ribbon on this one. And that's so pretty. So then for this next tag, I'm going to use this piece of foil that's left from the first tag, and I'm just going to put it on this piece of blue cardstock, and then I'm going to use this flat foil plate. This is this Essential Glimmer solid rectangle plate, and I'm going to add that onto here. So then I'm going to tape that on, and then I'm going to foil it like I have with the other foil plates, but I'm going to add in an extra shim because I find that these underfoil a little bit more than the normal plates. So I'm going to add in an extra shim to try and force the extra foil on that. So then that's how that looks now. It's really pretty. And that's the most successful I've ever been, using the remainder of that foil to foil again. It's a really nice crisp finish. That extra shim really does add something. So I'm going to die cut that with the largest of the tags. Then I've got there. And the tape did pull off a little bit of the foiling on this, but I'm hoping once I've got everything else on it'll look fine. So then I've cut all these baubles. So those are from that bauble pack. And what I've done is I've cut one of each from, so on this one I cut one from blue and one from gold, and on this one I've cut one from pink and one from gold. And I'm just swapping them over, so I'll just make up one of those to show you. Oh, and then I've used the circle bit that goes around the outside, because they're two-part dies, to cut out one to go behind. So I've covered that with glue. Now I can add this piece on, and I've made sure to cover it with glue so that then I can add in this piece and not have to add in any extra glue. You could also use double-sided adhesive if you wanted. So then I'm going to add this hanger piece to the top of the bauble. And I'm going to glue that onto my tag. And then I'm going to add one of these hanger pieces on as well. And then I'll add on some gold ribbon. And I think what I would suggest on this one is cutting out the tag shape and cutting in the hole and then putting the foil on it. And then you won't have to worry about your tape taking off any of the foil. So then for this next tag, I'm going to use one of these cute baubles that we created again. And this time I've cut the tag and I've used two of the tag shapes to create this frame from gold cardstock. So then I'm going to pop the frame up on some foam pads. If you're feeling really fancy, you could even make this into a little shaker. Then I'm going to just add this little bauble holder behind here. I'm actually just going to use a little bit of double-sided tape for that, just so that it sticks nicely, because obviously it's mirror cardstock. It just sticks a bit quicker if you do it that way. So then I think I'm going to stick that over here so that the bauble hanger is over the hole in the tag. And then I'm going to pop this through there. So I'm popping it through the hole in the tag and through the bauble holder, and then it will kind of look like it's holding the bauble on as well, which I think is quite cute. So then that's that one. So then I've got this, and I have hot foiled this with that snowfall plate, but I've done it in like an iridescent foil so that you can only kind of see it when it turns, which I think is quite cute. And then I'm going to make up another one of these cute little trees, but this time I'm going to pop the snow on it rather than the kind of garlands that we put on last time, just so you can see what that looks like with that on as well. So the snow goes along the bottom of each layer. So then I'm going to glue that onto my tag. And then I've got this piece to go round the hole in my tag. So there's that one, and I just think that iridescent background really adds a little something. Then for my last 3 tags, I used this and I hot foiled it on some pink cardstock in the rose gold foil. And then I also used the leftover foil to hot foil some others. So you can see, like here, we've taken this out of the foil originally and then put this on so the foil is in everywhere that's not on here. I think those are quite cute. So we're going to use those on our last 3 tags. And I'm just going to use up a few things on these last few. So on this one, I'm just going to use up another one of these baubles that we made. I'm going to add that on over here, and then I'm just going to add on this bit of the kind of trim, and then I'm going to add a foam pad behind the festive cheer, and I'm going to add that on here. Just add on some of this pink ribbon, and there's that one. I love how shiny that is with the leftover foil. And then for the last couple, I'm really going to just use up some scrap. So these are all just scraps from the panels that we die cut the other foiled tags from, because you can see these foiled panels are bigger than the tags. So then I've got bits of foil left from each of the foiled tags. So I've just cut those into strips, and I'm just going to add them to my tag, because I like to use up all these pretty leftover bits. And then I can just trim off the excess. And then I'll just add in my little tag hole. And then I'm just going to grab a foam pad and add on this festive cheer. So then there's that done. And then the final one I'm going to make really similar, but I'm just going to do diagonal stripes instead of the horizontal stripes. And that uses up those pieces of bluish ones that that one was the one that we heat embossed, and then we hot foiled the other one. And this is a nice thing to do with like scraps of pattern paper, all sorts of bits that you've got left over. I never like to waste these like scraps of foiled pieces. So then I can add through my ribbon. And then I'm going to use this one that I used with the waste foil. I think that's really cute. So then there we've got all 10 of our cute tags. I'd love it if you'd let me know which is your favourite. Do tell me in the comments below. So I really hope that you enjoyed creating these tags with me, and that it gave you some ideas for your own tags. We obviously used die cutting, hot foiling, BETTERPRESS, but do remember that, for example, you could use stamps instead of the BETTERPRESS for like this type of thing. You could use foiled papers for the backgrounds. So it's really nice to have all the tools to do these things, but you can get similar looks through different techniques. So if you enjoyed today's tags, I'd really appreciate you clicking like below, and you can also press subscribe if you'd like to see future videos. If you press the bell button and select all, then YouTube will also notify you when I've got a new video available. All of the products that I've used for today's cards are listed in the description below, and there's also a link there to my blog where you can find a picture supply list if that helps you find what you're looking for. Thank you so much for joining me today. I hope to see you again soon.